Hello? May I please speak to Mary? Oh, it's you, Mary. This is Alice.
Hey, man. I can talk.
The world is changing. It is changing in the way that people communicate. Old media is being replaced by new media. Mobile phones are quickly and constantly being upgraded and have seen a convergence with the internet. It becomes apparent then that with new mobile devices, there has been a significant change in social norms and social etiquette. Thus, the direction of our study is towards good manners in media use from a deterministic perspective. We explored to what extent cell phones influence our habits and behaviors in different social contexts, such as during family dinners, dates, at school, or on the go.
People are now very dependent on their cell phones for communication, so much so that it becomes an extension of themselves.
To understand this issue from an insider perspective, we took to the streets to ask people their opinions on the matter.
Sometimes it feels good because then you're not always attached to something that you constantly have to answer.
Like, I'm dead. Like, I have no idea what's going on in the world. Like, I'm lost. Actually, one time I went all the way back home from school just to go get my cell phone because, it's my only means of communication.
I feel almost naked, actually. It shouldn't be a part of me, but I feel like it's just naturally something I wear.
In Lee Humphrey's paper, Social Interaction in a Wireless Era, a field study of mobile usage in public space, it is suggested that mobile use brings about a change in societal norms, which in turn impacts relationships between friends, family, or significant others.
No.
Yes.
When friends are sitting together, they're not even talking half the time. They're on their phone talking to other people.
I like to keep dinner time as dinner time, so I keep my cell phone away from the dinner table. It's just kind of respect.
Sometimes. My dad does too. I learned that habit from my dad because he's in the business world and he's always on his phone.
I try not to, but I do find myself texting quite a bit. Not while we're eating, but just more of socializing.
Do you find that your family also texts?
No, it's just me, actually. And I'm the youngest.
I do it all the time. I don't think my date likes it very much, but I would.
No, I wouldn't. And it would be the last date if he did, so I definitely think that's very rude.
Communication etiquette now requires a certain response time, and to go against the time frame is to be considered inappropriate.
It irritates me because I'm very impatient, and so if I'm texting someone a question, I want an answer right away. And the fact that I know the friends I text, I know they have their phones on them all the time.
I get really upset when I don't receive a text right away, when someone, and something urgent as well.
So do you ever do that to other people?
All the time. Just to sometimes if I'm having an argument with my girlfriend, just to piss her off, I won't respond for an hour.
We wanted a professional insight on this phenomenon, so we asked Jan Marentate to give us her opinion on the issue.
And some students are aware of etiquette and what they consider good manners, but it's definitely more casual. You can be casual and still not being polite. Now, I don't believe entirely 100% that in technological determinism, but certainly I think of technologies as something that's known as affordances that allow people to interact differently. The access to communications technologies has really made it possible for people to engage with information in different ways, but I'm not sure it's necessarily enriched their kind of relationships.
The whole thing about cell phones and social media is to make you more connected, is to, bring you closer to people, but in the end, it just pushes you further away from them because you're so into your phone rather than the person sitting right in front of you is who you want to talk to.
From our findings, it becomes apparent that people adopt new manners to accommodate their use of technology. Focusing specifically on mobile phones, we found that these devices have a strong influence on social practices and etiquette. It is important to point out that there used to be a general consensus in regards to etiquette. However, in today's culture, the rigidity of traditional standards are slowly fading. While there appears to be many problems in behavior that stem from cell phone use, one needs to bear in mind that social norms are ever-changing and there are no longer set rules.
In the words of McLuhan, we shape our tools and our tools shape us.